What it do, y'all? It's your girl MakeupnTravel, and for today's video your girl wanted to bring you another video in my kind of series that I've been doing lately, where I showcase a palette or a brand maybe for the first time or kind of giving it a second chance. And I'm showing you guys two looks, I'm giving you guys swatches, and I'm also kind of giving you guys my thoughts. So this is going to be a kind of another stretched out video. I will of course have timestamps down below, as well as I will put in the description box everything that I'm wearing on my face between the two looks. This look on my eyes right now is look number 1, and if you're interested in hearing more about this product, let's get into it. So like it says on the title, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin eyeshadow palette. This is the first time that I have tried Adept Cosmetics. All of their previous palettes, it's been one thing or another. Mainly, they never had mattes. I know they reformulated or kind of reimagined their Plain Jane palette, and I believe that one actually has 2 mattes. I love mattes though. I would prefer more mattes than shimmers, but I was really intrigued by this brand, and I really loved a couple of the mattes. That's why I really went into picking up this palette. So this is the box that it will come in outside of like the packing box, and you know, it has nice basic packaging, quite nice styrofoam to protect it. You then get like a little note card that says, "This collaboration has been a dream come true. I hope this palette makes you as happy as it makes me. Thank you for your love and support, Adept Cosmetics." And that sounds like something that Heather Austin would actually say. I am a new subscriber to her, but I am enjoying her content and I enjoy her vibes. She's super bubbly, which is not me, but I can take it from other people. I just can't. I can't be bubbly. I can't. When you get the palette, there is like this protective screen or kind of cellophane on top of it on the front and back. So I'm just going to take that off really quickly. And then you kind of get this faux leather type packaging. You also get like a clear slip. There is a protective screen on top of the mirror. And then you get these shades. So these shades really are what got me, and if we're being really honest, these two in the end is really what I picked up. So of course those are 2 of the very first shadows that I had to put on my eyes today. I did, as you can see, already kind of dig into this palette, so that's why there may be a little bit of a mess. I apologize, but you know, life. But yeah, this is my first time trying this brand, and I wanted to go ahead and try the palette. They don't have any information on the actual packaging or in the palette on like price per ounce and all of that, and since I have been doing that lately, I do just want to go ahead and look it up really quickly. This palette is $56. It's talking about how this packaging is upcycled and that you can reuse the products if you want. I believe all of the shadows in here are actually magnetic, and let's see if it talks about that. So it has 4 mattes, 3 multichromes, 1 multichrome topper, and 4 shimmers. It is free of glitter, talc, and mineral oil, and this palette is vegan. The pans are magnetic, and they're 23mm pans each. And that's pretty much that. They don't tell you how much product is in it, just the fact that these are 23mm each. I think once again, this is just a really pretty palette, very pretty. Once it's my first time using this product, but yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is actually stop talking and we're just gonna go ahead and do the overview swatches. I feel like those are the better of the 2 kind of angles when it comes to my swatch videos, so I do just want to go ahead and get into those. And yeah, after we get into those, I will show you guys my 2 looks, and at the end of this whole kit and caboodle, I will then talk to you guys about my thoughts so far when it comes to using Adept Cosmetics, and then also my thoughts specifically when it comes to this palette. Alrighty guys, so this is the Heather Austin palette. Once again, here's the name on there. That's all you get. And then once again, this is the eyeshadow palette. So let's just get into the swatches. No long situation. Alrighty, so first shadow we're gonna swatch is Video Chat. And this is a very pretty, I would say, straight up metallic. I don't see too much duochrome in it. It just looks like a nice reddy orangey shade, or maybe I guess it's a duochrome, but to me it looks straight up metallic that's just kind of in between those two shades. Then we have Passport, and this looks like it's going to be This looks outstanding. This could be a really pretty highlighter if you're into that. This is kind of a blue to lilac type shade. Definitely really pretty. You definitely get glitter in this one, whereas in Video Chat there is no glitter. Then you have So Excited. So Excited, this looks to be kind of more of a neutral metallic shimmery shade. This is just a straight up, I would say, kind of champagne, but like more neutral toned champagne. It's not super icy or anything like that, and it's also not super warm. You do get some glitter in there, but it's a fantastic and very pretty shade. Next we have this shade 0603. And this is kind of an interesting shadow. This is more of a true purple metallic. There's definitely glitter in this one as well. I think on camera, for whatever reason, it's pulling more brown, but it's definitely a purple. Definitely a purple. Hopefully when I come in close you guys can actually see. Then we have two of the mattes. We're gonna start off with Magnolia. And this is of course a dark green matte. Then last in this row we have Mythology. And that was one of the shades that I was most eager and excited to try this palette for. I don't think it shows on camera. It looks to have a lot of yellow in it, but at least in the eye look that I've done so far, it actually pulled a lot more green on my complexion. Then we have PaO2, which is another matte. And this is more brown based, really pretty deep brown matte. And then we have Atlas, which is more of a mid-tone brown. I would say this pretty much blends in with my skin tone. You pretty much can't see it. I'm only gonna build this one up because I just wanna make sure you guys can see that it pretty much just blends in with my skin tone. Third in this row, we have Scrubs. And I believe this is one of the multi-chromes. Yeah, it is. So this is a purple to red multi-chrome, and there is some blue in there as well. I'm not sure how much of that you guys will be able to see. This is smooth. There's no glitter in this shade at all, and hopefully you guys can see more of it when I come in closer in just a second. Three more left. We have Hey Y'all, and this is a really pretty pinky rosy shade. This is a metallic with glitter in it, whereas this one's just smooth, very similar to this third swatch that I have here and that first one. Then we have Austin, which is another multi-chrome. It has a white base, but there's definitely blue and green in that multi-chrome as well. And I think you guys can only see the orangey part of it though. And then last in this palette, we have Smith. And I believe this is another multi-chrome. and this one has a green base. In camera you guys can see a lighter green, in person I can see a darker green. So these are the swatches of all of the eyeshadows on my complexion. I currently only have natural lighting and my ceiling light on. I am gonna go ahead and turn on a third light to try and get some of these shifts really showing. Alrighty guys, so these are the swatches for the Heather Austin and Adept Cosmetics palette. Let's go ahead and get into the first look. Hey guys, so I ended up getting off work early today, and what did your girl want to do? I wanted to film, okay? I had a good interaction doing some things. Some things are exciting behind the scenes, and so yeah, I wanted to go ahead and pop into this baby right here. This is the box that it actually comes in, and I'm sure I talked about it before, so I'm not going to get too far in the weeds when it comes to the packaging. So I'm gonna try and use as many shades as possible, and of course my shade that I really wanted to play with is Mythology, so that is definitely going in my look today. Right now I have my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base. I believe this is in the shade medium. It is on my eyes. I've already set my brow bone highlight with my Project Pan, and everything else is a combination of now 2 Project Pans. So I will have all that information down below in case you are interested. This is a Morphe M535 in case you are wondering, and I'm just gonna see how this builds. Do I need to come in closer is the question. So far this is definitely leaning a lot more greeny than I thought based on just seeing the actual shadow in the pan. I'm not mad at it, but it is definitely leaning more green, which is not bad, but there's definitely some yellow in there as well. What I want to do next is go in with a really small detail brush. This is the Sigma E42, and I'm going to go into the shade Magnolia, and this is going to be my deepener shade. I want this to be pretty simplistic when it comes to the mattes. I just want to try them and just see how I like them. So far that green is very pigmented. Okay, so far I think that these mattes are blending well. It did take me personally some time to really get that darker green matte to blend out, but you know, trial and error, first impressions, no worries there. So the main kind of thing I feel like for this palette is these beautiful metallic-y shimmers. These look really pretty, and if we're looking at what shades I think would be really good with these greens, I think these two and this one would be really good. So let's just see how they go. Okay, we're just gonna see how it goes, and we're gonna go from there. So I think what I would like to do Video chat looks to be a multi-chrome, whereas these look to be more duochromes. Okay, what I want to do is take video chat. I'm going to take it on the tip of this Clionadh Cosmetics DFO3 brush, and we're not going to add any glitter glue or anything like that. We're just going to see. Okay, so that's not picking up the product. So I'm gonna switch to my ABH 18 brush, and let's see. Okay, so I'm definitely still having difficulty actually getting the product on this brush, which is not usual. Usually I can get product on this brush. So I just need to kind of, I guess, apply it in a different way than I typically would, which is not a favorite, because then I don't get as sharp or as detailed as a line as I would like. So let's do this. I'm gonna pull a little bit of Clarity's eyeshadow and glitter glue. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand, and we are just going to apply that to the tip of my brush. So I'm still gonna try this technique. I'm just gonna try and see if I can work with the formula. So I'm just gonna apply this glitter glue where I would like this shadow on the lid. Then I'm gonna go right back into video chat, the same side I just had the glitter glue, and we're gonna try to see if we can get that shadow to adhere. So far this is looking a lot better. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. I just really wanted that edge to be nice and structured, and then I just kind of want to fill out this part. Okay, so far that's what it's looking like. I think on camera you guys right now literally can see a little bit of the green in the back, and then that very strong red as well. Now what I want to do is go into the shade Smith, which I think would be a really pretty kind of two shadow look with Mythology, and I'm just going to flip my ABH brush around. Once again, I don't have any product on that side. This is just the shadow as it is. And this shadow is definitely applying a lot better. I also have a different kind of part of my eye that I'm applying to, so it might be another reason why. And then I'm just going to go back and forth between the two sides of my brush just to get the look that I want. Okay, this is looking pretty nice. I'm liking it. You know what though? I'm just gonna be me and I am going to just use, okay, what I'm gonna do is just use the little bit of glitter glue that's left, and actually I'm just gonna use my palette. I don't know why I'm still using the back of my hand when I literally have a palette for this purpose. So I am just gonna go ahead and go into the palette. Like I said, I have the glitter glue on there, and I'm just gonna apply a layer of the glitter glue right on top of where I have the green. And I'm only doing this because I think there is a slight difference between the two shades now that I already used glitter glue for one part of it. So now I'm just gonna go back into Smith again. And then I'm just going to apply Smith over that glitter glue area. And then, like I said before, I'm just going to go between video chat and Smith just to get the type of blend that I want. Okay, that's looking pretty interesting. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is take a small little brush from Give Me Glow. This is the G1012. And I am gonna go into the shade Austin, and this is going to be my inner corner highlight for today. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna add this right at the arch of my brow bone area. Okay. So this is the finished look. What I'm going to do is just replicate it on this eye, and then I'm also going to add my liner and my mascara. I don't think I'm going to do lashes today. I think I'm just lashed out for the week. And then yeah, I'll come back to show you guys the finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. Like I said, this is the first of 2 looks. So far, this has definitely left me with a lot of thoughts just creating this look. I do want to point out that when I went like off camera, I realized that even with the glitter glue, which I will be discussing that hopefully on Saturday, I didn't get the amount of shine that I particularly love from this type of foil metallic formula. So I actually did go ahead and reinforce all of the shades on my lids, specifically with my fingers. So I do just want to mention that really quickly. And like I said, every face is going to be listed down below. And let's just go ahead and get into look number 2. Okay, so my lighting is slightly weird. I do still have a bit of daylight still left, so I am keeping my window open, but I also kind of have my normal like night lighting on, just to let you guys know. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer, and I do want to let you guys know it has been about a week since I have filmed, so I may be a little rusty, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to go into the shade Atlas, and I am going to put that onto my primer, which is the Natasha Denona eyeshadow base that I usually use with the Smith 232. I did just go ahead and spot clean this brush, so it may look like it has another shade on there, but I just spot cleaned it. And I'm just really using Atlas as a transition color. I didn't know if it was going to really show up on my skin tone. I'm sure I could build it up to kind of be more. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. I guess I was more rusty than I thought because I completely missed that my camera stopped recording, but I did want to just show you guys the look and show you guys my thoughts, just so that you guys see the second look, and there will be a third one hopefully with the full look. Okay, bye. And so far, I've brought you guys 2 different looks that I feel like have shown the really dynamics of this palette. One that was super, super greeny in tone, one that was super, super neutral in tone, and I've enjoyed both of them. I would love to kind of play around with some of these pinkier tones, and then even play around with So Excited with this green matte. I really think that those can kind of play together. It would have been interesting adding 1 or 2 more mattes, but these are all just my thoughts. I think I'm going to try my absolute best tomorrow before work to actually put on some makeup to do a third look, because like I said, I would like to play around with these shades just a little bit more. I want to have a little bit more fun with this palette. I do have some palettes waiting in the background, but I just want to play a little bit more on camera with you all and with this palette. So I'm going to try to do one more look right about now. Hey guys, so I'm here to bring you guys my third and final look, and for today I just wanted to play it safe, go normal, go neutral, mainly because I'm going to work and I don't feel like getting hit on, okay? But also I just really was intrigued by some of these like looking neutral kind of looking shimmers, and I wanted to play with them. So I took a Morphe M535 and I went into PAO2. I do have my eye primed once again with my Natasha Denona eye base, and I did set my brow bone highlight with my Project Pan powder. Not with the eyeshadow, but with the actual powder, because I'm so close to finishing her. I just want to wrap her up, and then I can go back to focusing on the eyeshadow. So anyways, what I'm going to do is just take my time and blend this shade out and up and in my lower lash line. Had I done the process that I did yesterday, where I kind of set my actual crease area with that brown that was more like my shade, it wouldn't be as tough. It's not that this is tough, but the primer is quite sticky in a good way, I feel. So it takes a little effort to blend your shadows out unless you put a transition shade down. Okay, so I think that's that. Then we're gonna take my fingers. As I discussed yesterday, I just prefer my fingers with these metallics, and I'm going to go into Hey Y'all, which is like a dark purple but brown metallic, and this is going to be the metallic that goes along the majority of my lid. And I am going to blend this shadow up into the crease and also slightly over that matte, just so that everything kind of looks a bit seamless. If you have difficulty blending this in your crease, you can always take the brush that you had the matte on and just blend a little bit on that outer edge. I do that sometimes. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Okay, and then I'm going to take a clean-ish finger and I'm going to go into So Excited. I don't know. These are just shades that I just wanted to combine today. And I didn't want to clash with my shirt. Otherwise, I would have done So Excited with the green matte, like I said yesterday. And then, as you can see, I took that in my inner corner and in the front of my lower lash line. And once again, I'm going to blend that slightly into the crease so it just all flows. And then, as I said, you can always take your brush and kind of soften up any edges that you may have. That's the look. It's that simple. I didn't do anything else. Well, I did. Let me not lie. I did. I put something in my waterline, which is my LA Girl Ultimate Black liner, and then I used my NYX Epic liner in black to do a wing, and then I put on some mascara. So I'm going to do all of those really quickly and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so like I said, this is the finished look. Alright, so like I said, this is the finished look, and I'm really happy with this look. It definitely wasn't the one that I had anticipate doing today, but I honestly didn't have a shirt that could work with the eye look, and I do try to, if at all possible, not clash my eye look with my shirt, especially when I'm going out, you know? Anyways, I'm really enjoying this palette, extremely enjoying this palette. Not only the mattes, I do think these mattes are nicely pigmented, nicely blendable. Even though this one is really close to my complexion, I could still see that I was getting enough pigment on my eye and it was actually truly blending. So overall, enjoy every matte. Not had a problem with the matte. Of course, my favorite matte is this mythology one. That's the reason why I picked up this palette. But the shimmers or the metallics or the foils, whatever you want to call those are the money maker when it comes to this palette. They really are beautiful. I didn't want to enjoy that formula as much as I have, but I have really enjoyed this formula, and I can't wait, because some are so many different unique shifts and colors. I think that these mattes truly are really good pairings with this palette. If I could make this a perfect palette for me personally, I would take this light brown matte out and I would put a pink, because some of these have like slight pinky purpley undertones or shifts, or their actual base color is that, and I think having a pink in conjunction with some of these other shades would have been perfect for me. That said, I'm really enjoying this palette. I can't wait to get even more use out of this palette. I am going to be testing it a little bit more off camera prior to me doing my final wrap up. I do have quite a lot of palettes that I'm in the middle of either beginning to test out or kind of wrapping up my final thoughts. So there will be probably a palette roundup next week, if not the week after, so do stay tuned for that. I am very excited. There are a lot of really good palettes in this next roundup that I've really just been getting a lot of use out of and really truly enjoying. But regardless, when we're talking about this palette, I would recommend it. I really would. I am now going to definitely keep Adept Cosmetics on my radar, maybe go back and pick up some of the older palettes that I thought were okay, but because I had never really tested out the formula, I didn't pull the trigger. But now, after testing out this formula, I really like it. I really do. And if you are somebody who likes one shimmer or kind of a look like I did today, where it's a very simple crease action, but it's mainly all about the shimmers, I would really tell you to check out this brand, because these are some really interesting foils. I would say personally, you definitely need to use either your finger or a glitter glue. I don't think this formula picks up the best with brushes, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I've tried it with natural and synthetic. I know I've tried it with synthetic and I didn't really enjoy how it picked up, but natural hair brushes do tend to pick up metallics and foils a little bit better. So like I said, I still have some testing to do before I give you guys my full-on final thoughts, but I'm so happy I picked this up. I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I will have another banger tomorrow. I don't distinctly know what I'm gonna do. I have some churnings in my head though, so I figured let's just kind of run with that and hopefully it works out. So yeah, hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow on Saturday, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Alrighty guys, bye.